It's superlative season, that time of year when critics look back and decide what were the best of times and the worst of times, what was most wise and what was most foolish. And as part of that rite of passage, Time has chosen some top buzzwords for 2011. From the political world, we have leading from behind. That phrase was used to describe President Obama's leadership style during the Libyan conflict. When the phrase was first used in a New Yorker article in April, it was rather complimentary. It meant that Obama had found a way to balance his strength with his stealth. Then the Republicans got a hold of it, and all of a sudden it was a general phrase meaning weakness and dithering. The prefix man, as in Mankini, has also had a big year. You may have seen a Mankini, and you may have stopped looking at things altogether after that. But even then, you still might have heard some other man terms, such as man purse, man bag, mantyhose, manties, or manscaping. Manscaping is a term referring to the removal or trimming of hair on the male body, something that can do wonders for a relationship. Gentlemen. 2011 will certainly be remembered for its Arab Spring. It started in Tunisia and reached a pitch when Egyptians converged in Tahrir Square. As it spread from country to country across the Middle East, the word spread across the world. In this sense, spring doesn't refer to April showers and May flowers, though a lot of the action did take place this spring, but rather refers to the rebirth or renewal that spring often represents in metaphor.
The cone of uncertainty reaches all the way out toward Hagerstown.
Our top weatherism is the dreaded cone of uncertainty. During the hurricane season, particularly during Hurricane Irene, you couldn't open an umbrella without poking a weather analyst who was explaining what the term meant. The cone of uncertainty is the teardrop-shaped area that shows the likely paths that a hurricane center might take. In the case of Irene, that teardrop covered Washington, D.C., New York, and Boston. Our runner-up for weather term of the year is haboob.
It's a haboob. A haboob. Yeah, that's haboob. Haboob.
A word that refers to a monstrous dust storm like one that rolled through Phoenix this year. Incidentally, haboob is also a useful term when referring to a habitually awkward individual. People across the globe were planking with abandon this year. Planking can be defined as posing for a photograph while lying face down in an unusual or dangerous position in order to post that photo on a social networking website. Planking started as an Australian fad, but soon spread round the world till the likes of Justin Bieber were doing it. That's right, Justin Bieber. Time's top buzzword of the year is Occupy, as in, of course, Occupy Wall Street. In September, the media were barely paying attention to those weird, lefty, Hooverville campout people hanging out in Manhattan. But a month later, those people had solidified a message. We are the 99% who object to the disproportionate power that's held by the richest 1%. Soon, Occupy Wall Street became Occupy Boston, Occupy LA, and even Occupy Antarctica. That word was making its way into conversations with friends joking about occupying their lunch tables, and into late-night lineups from the likes of Conan O'Brien.
What is the 99% besides the percentage of your diet dedicated to caramel?
Occupy has every chance of becoming this generation's sit-in, a term that connotes peaceful yet uncompromising objections to the status quo. For the full list of words, head to time.com and check out our top 10 everything package. But make sure you're ready to lose a few hours of your life before you do.